My name is Caroline Carnell. I am a field application scientist for molecular devices, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to implement a custom curve fit in SoftMax Pro. So first of all, in SoftMax Pro you have 25 curve fit that are available and that are displayed over here. This is including a point-to-point curve fit. Those 25 curve fits are ranked in 7 categories: polynomial, dose response, equilibrium binding, enzymology, exponential, other curve fits, or custom. When you choose from a category, so for example here, if you choose the dose response within the drop-down menu, you will see that all the curves belonging to that category will appear. You can then choose the curve fit of your choice. When you do this, you will see that you will have an example of the curve fit, how it should look like. You have also the formula. It will define the parameter, and if you click on more information, it will take you to the manual where you will have a full explanation of that curve fit. So now, if you need to implement another curve fit, then you're going to have to enter a custom curve fit. So how it is done? First, you will need to go into the Operation tab and select Function Editor. When you select this, the following window will appear. You will have then to enter a name and to enter the formula for the new curve fit. You can change the syntax and click on OK. Once you've done this, you will need to go into the graph section. Of course, you will need to have curves already in that graph. You will have to choose the last icon, so the curve fit settings. In the first window that will appear, you have to select your reference curve or the name of your curve. You have to select the drop-down menu and select custom. And again, in the drop-down menu, you have to select the curve that you have renamed before. In this specific case, we are doing a 4pl log of the x-axis. In addition, you will need to seed each parameter to an estimate value. So you will know that estimate from previous experiments, or in this specific case, because we are plotting the log of the concentration, we know the estimate value from the graph that is just plotting the 4pl without the log. So we can click on fx+, enter the formula, and once each parameter has been seeded, we have to do the same thing for any other plot that you have on that graph. And then you click on OK. So now, let me show you how this is done in SoftMax Pro. So to show you how to implement a custom curve fit, I have chosen a file where the template has already been done. We have a standard, we have a sample curve, both graphs are analyzed, and I have already a 4-parameter curve fit that is displayed. I also have my values for parameter A, B, C, and D. First, I need to go into the Operation tab, Function Editor, and I'm going to have to enter the add. Function 1 is display, and I'm going to call it 4pl log C, log X, for log of the concentration. I have the formula written here, and you can see here that now I will represent the data in the logarithmic axis for the x-axis. I click on check syntax and OK. So now I'm going to duplicate this graph, so I'm going to keep the original graph, and I'm going to duplicate this one that I will rename for PL log X. Now I'm going to access the curve fit settings, independent fit, reference, and now I can select my custom curve fit here. I have, therefore, the only curve fit that's available is the one I've just entered, and the only thing I need now is to seed each value of the parameter describing the curve to what was set in the 4pl graph. So here, I'm going to seed A to 0.5. I'm going to seed parameter B to 1.15, which are approximate values from the values I had in the previous graph. C is going to be 0.05, and parameter D is also going to be seed to 3. So now I have done it for the reference. I'm going to need to do the same thing for the sample curve if I want this to work. So again, custom, 4pl log x, and I have seeded all the value to the value that was estimated from the previous graph as well. The only different value in this case is parameter C. So now I have seeded my value for my standard and my sample, and I can click on OK. You can see that now that new graph is an exact copy of the previous graph, where now I have my concentration in a log x defined by the formula that I have entered previously. Additional custom formula can be entered. Generally, they are for enzymatic type of assays, but if you cannot find within the default curve the curve fit that you would like, you can always add more, and you can see now that this curve fit is right at the bottom and can be chosen to analyze my data furthermore. Thank you so much for your attention. Please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions related to that subject. Thank you.